ঢাকায় নিযুক্ত ভারতের হাই কমিশনার প্রণয় ভর্মা বলেছেন, ভারত ও বাংলাদেশের মধ্যে যে কয়েকটি বন্দর রয়েছে সেগুলো সক্ষমতা বাড়াতে ভারত সরকার কাজ করছে। মঙ্গলবার বিশ্ব সাহিত্য কেন্দ্রে উন্নয়ন সমন্বয় আয়োজিত ভারত ও বাংলাদেশে মধ্যকার মাল্টিমোডাল সংযোগ শীর্ষক এক সেমিনারে প্রধান অতিথির বক্তব্যে তিনি একথা বলেন। সম্প্রতি ভারত মাশুল দিয়ে বাংলাদেশের চট্টগ্রাম ও মোংলা বন্দর ব্যবহার করতে পারবে বলে প্রজ্ঞাপন জারি করেছে জাতীয় রাজস্ব বোর্ড এনবিআর। এরপরই ভারতীয় হাইকমিশনার এমন তথ্য জানালেন।
I think I would like to make one point here that we made this presentation. There was an opening presentation by Dr. Atul Rahman. I elaborated a few aspects about in some specificity. But the idea is not that we are where we should be. I think it's more an account of what we are trying to do. Some which we have been able to achieve, some which remain aspirational, which we want to achieve. And there is a larger vision of where we want to go to. So, there is definitely, it's not to say that we have taken, given a stock taking and we are happy with what exists, but we are definitely happy the distance that we have covered. I mean, if you compare what it was 20 years ago compare it today, I think that's definitely, it could have been probably done faster. But that's something that we have to deal with. The nature of political economy is such that it just doesn't work on the basis of economic principles or economic rationale. There are other aspects. But clearly, this is, I think, we have come a long way, and we have set our sights on doing something even better. Comparisons were being made with how European countries do and what we can do. Of course, I think we should set our sights high and set higher goals for what we are doing together. And there are many things that we need to do. But I think it's also, we should derive confidence from the fact that we have achieved this far and how we have achieved. Try and draw lessons, replicate best practices, improve things that we think can be improved, and also learn from mistakes. So this is a snapshot of where we stand today and what we need to do. So I take your comments in that spirit. I will be trying to defend or trying to justify. I think they're all comments made in earnest and reasonably put across. There's some suggestions which were made. I tried to cover in my presentation also, and these are existing problems. Like decongestion our existing border points. I think the need clearly is to one is to improve infrastructure, which we are doing. I mentioned about the new passenger terminal which is being built. I was at Petropol Benapol recently, and I saw that it seems to be a really state-of-the-art passenger terminal, kind of an airport kind of an experience for passengers. We're trying to finish it quickly, which will definitely improve the travel experience of people crossing that border. And the second gate will also help us in easing the congestion. I also mentioned about this harmonization of our electronic processing of documents. If that can be achieved, I think one of you mentioned about an RFID kind of arrangement. Maybe it's a precursor to something like that eventually happening. But one important point about decongesting the one particular border crossing point is also to improve the facilities at other border points. And one of the facilities, and I'm not talking about infrastructure, but one of the things that we are looking is to limit the restrictions on trade which have been imposed on all those border points. I mean, majority of, and those of you who regularly do cross-border trade across northeastern region of our country, you would realize that commodities are really limited. If we increase the number of commodities that can be traded through majority of these land customs stations, I think we will automatically provide alternatives to people to use and thereby reduce the congestion at the existing points. I took some time to make that because I think that's something that we can do in near future. It's a practical solution. and we will continue, of course, we'll continue this dialogue in future also. There are some other points. I think I will not respond because I think they were more like observations. I've noted them. The one question about long-term or short-term vision of the connectivity. I think, of course, this is long-term vision. I don't think there should be any doubt about that. I mean, look, relations are not short-term, and the way we are building relationship with Bangladesh, or the progress that we have achieved over the last decade and a half, I think clearly connectivity is a very, very strong foundation of that. You have achieved, both India and Bangladesh have grown over these 15 years significantly, and that validates all that we have done to promote our economic integration, to promote our connectivity, to grow our business trade. So I think clearly there is a larger vision of linking our progress and prosperity with each other by using these connectivity links. So by no means, I can categorically tell you it's not a short-term thing. Even there are alternatives, and they will keep coming. I mean, the growth centers will emerge. There will be newer ways of engagement. There will be improvements in digital connectivity itself, which will render many of the modes of communication redundant, what we are used to today. But that doesn't mean that the rationale for that connectivity will go away, and I think that will be something which is permanent, which is foundational to our relationship. So connectivity is one of the foundational aspects of that relationship. Integration of agriculture between Northeast and Bangladesh, I think, is a very, very, very interesting point. We should do it. I mean, I believe, and I said this in my remarks also, Bangladesh is best positioned to take advantage of the economic potential of Northeast region. And Northeast region of India is growing. It has a very, very strong growth aspiration. And I think Bangladesh really, by making Northeast Bangladesh linked, can really tap into that opportunity. So it's something that is a mutual benefit. We will encourage that. And I think one of the steps to begin with is actually to liberalize trade through the land custom stations which connect Bangladesh with our northeastern states. And as I mentioned, we are going to region. Customs harmonization. I think what all other issues that. So these are all I think the broader. These are comments, and I would have loved to go into each of them in detail, but I cannot today. But I think I'll make the last point is that we have to turn our geographical proximity into economic opportunity, and I think that is the spirit with which we are looking at this whole focus on connectivity, and I think our discussion today should also focus on that. So I thank you once again, Professor Rahman, Professor Hussain, for leading this discussion, and to all the panelists. I'm sorry that I'll have to leave in the middle of this discussion, but I hope you have some more conclusive discussion from points that we have all taken up to. Thank you very much.